All right, let's get right into it. If you're a salon owner and you've built your entire digital world around Google, you're going to want to listen up for the next few minutes. We are talking about a massive, and I mean massive shift in how new clients are finding you. More importantly, we're going to talk about what you need to do right now to stay ahead of the curve in 2025.
Okay, let's just get one thing straight, right out of the gate. We're not here to declare that Google is dead, or that all the hard work you've put into your SEO is suddenly useless. It's not. Google is still a giant.
But, and this is the huge takeaway here, it's just not the only game in town anymore. There's a brand new player on the field, a really powerful one, and it is completely changing the rules for how local businesses like yours get discovered.
And this brings us to this new idea that you've got to wrap your head around. We're calling it dual visibility. It just means that it's not enough to be seen on Google anymore. You now have to show up in those classic search results, and you have to show up inside AI conversations. Both are crucial.
So, why all the fuss? Why now? Well, it all starts with this number. For the first time in, well, forever it feels like, Google's huge share of the global search market has actually started to dip. Now, it's still the king, for sure, but we're seeing another player actually start to chip away at that mountain. The ground is shifting under our feet.
And who's doing the chipping? Well, here they are. AI tools, like ChatGPT, are now handling somewhere between 12 and 18% of all consumer search queries. That is not a small niche trend, people. That is a huge migration of eyeballs and potential customers.
And that leads to this number, which honestly, this is the one that really changes the game for your client journey. A whopping 84% of people who use these AI tools, they start their search for a recommendation there first. Just think about that for a second. They aren't opening a browser and typing into Google. They're opening an app and just asking a question conversationally.
So let's just put it bluntly. The takeaway is this. If your salon isn't popping up in these AI-generated answers, you are completely invisible to a huge and frankly, fast-growing slice of your market.
Okay, so we've looked at these big kind of abstract numbers. But what does this actually feel like in your salon day to day? Because this isn't just data, right? This has real-world effects on your booking calendar and your bank account.
Does any of this ring a bell? Maybe the phone just isn't ringing as much from your Google business profile. Or you're noticing your ad spend is creeping up, but the bookings just aren't following. Or maybe the weirdest one, a client comes in and says they were recommended, but they have no idea from where. These aren't just random little problems. They are all symptoms of this exact visibility shift.
And look, the natural reaction is to think, oh, my website must be the problem, right? Or I need to go tweak my ads. But the root cause might be something else entirely. It's not that your marketing is broken, it's that a whole new chunk of clients are looking for you in a place where you just don't exist yet.
Okay, so the big question, how do we fix this? Well, first things first, we've got to understand that we're playing two different games now, and winning on Google is not the same as winning with AI.
Just take a look at the difference here. Google gives you a whole page, dozens of blue links, and says, here, you figure it out. AI gives you one, maybe three direct recommendations. With Google, you're all about keywords and backlinks. With AI, it's all about clarity and citations from trusted sources. And maybe the biggest difference, Google pulls from websites. AI pulls from what we call entities, all the verified structured data about your business scattered across the web. The user goes from clicking and comparing to just asking and deciding.
And that leads us to probably the biggest mindset shift you need to make right now. For the last decade, you've been fighting to rank #1 on Google. In this new world, you are competing to be the one and only recommendation. It's a winner-take-all game, and it demands a totally different strategy.
So, how do you do it? How do we make your salon the one that an AI trusts enough to confidently recommend to its users? Well, it's not about tricks or weird hacks. It's about building real authority and being crystal clear in a way that a machine can understand.
Here it is. This is your AI-era marketing playbook. It really boils down to 4 key things. First, establishing what's called entity authority, making sure your salon's info is consistent everywhere. Second, publishing content that an AI can actually understand. Third, getting mentioned on other trusted sites. And finally, you gotta track it. You have to actually check if you're showing up.
Okay, I know. Entity authority, parsable content. It can sound a little techie, a little abstract. So let's make this super, super real. How does an AI actually take a person's question and decide that your salon is the one right answer?
Imagine a potential client. She pulls out her phone and just asks this.
Find me a curly hair specialist in Scottsdale who does clean color and has good reviews. I mean, notice how specific that is. This isn't salons near me. This is a person who knows exactly what they want.
So what's happening behind the scenes? Well, the AI becomes like a super fast detective. It's scanning directories to see if you're listed as a curly hair specialist. It's reading your reviews, looking for phrases like curly and clean color. It's checking your website to see if your service menu is clear. And it's looking for shoutouts on local beauty blogs or press. The salon that checks the most boxes, it gets the recommendation. Simple as that.
All right, you get the what, you get the why, now let's talk about the how. Here is a super simple 5-step plan, things you can literally start working on this week to make your salon way more recommendable to an AI.
Number 1, audit all your online listings. Is your name, address, and phone number exactly the same everywhere? It has to be. 2, add something called FAQ schema to your service pages. It helps AI understand what you offer. 3, write one helpful blog post that answers a real client question. 4, actively ask 2 of your best clients for reviews that specifically mention your specialty. And 5, maybe the most important step, go test it. Open up ChatGPT and ask it, who's the best salon in my city from my specialty? The answer you see, that's your new competition.
So, to wrap all of this up, I want you to think of it like this. For years, Google has been the main act, alone on the big stage. Well, Google is still on that stage, and it's still a headliner. But now, AI is standing right there beside it, sharing the spotlight. You have to appeal to both of them if you want to win over the audience.
So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. Tomorrow morning, when a potential new client in your town asks their phone for the best salon for balayage, or for curly cuts, or whatever it is you do best, will your salon's name be the answer they get? Because your future growth just might depend on it.